Hey guys, Kevin and I had a blast at AnimalCon. Although I did have to drag him onto the plane kicking and screaming though. Kevin's actually quite excited about going next year, so if you want to meet Kevin and touch his hair and stuff, go to AnimalCon. So the last end of AnimalCon, they had an after party at Gatorland, where they essentially just let us free roam the park, which is really cool. Savannah actually pulled Kevin away from the rest of the creators so he could get a private tour.
Kevin, where are we right now?
We're at Gatorland, and we're getting a little bit of a private attention from
Watch
Savannah.
this.
Oh, yeah?
This is Thrasher. Thrasher! Thrasher! Where you been, buddy? Thrasher! Thrasher!
Mommy, I'm full.
Thrasher! Hey! What you doing, little pudding? So a lot of our alligators have come from places where they were and maybe not doing so good. You can tell, but yeah. Who's feeding you, Thrasher? And then over there, that big one, that's One-Eyed Kyle, who has saved our lives thousands of times. I'll explain that later. And then in here is my favorite alligator, and his name is Jaws. And
Hi, Josh.
Jaws is in here for his own good.
Oh, Jaws? Jaws. That's not right.
Jaws likes to fight, but Jaws does not win.
Don't bite your friends, Jaws.
Where you been?
He
So he's
doesn't
really
win.
angry that he's in here, so he's ripping this apart.
Oh.
But he got hit so hard in the head last year during breeding season, I thought he was gonna die. And then he comes back up and I'm like, did you learn your lesson? And then he goes right back after him. Rawr! Like he's just
Of course
insane.
they don't.
So they have all this too, and there's a back channel. So if they don't want to be in the public view, they can go back there.
Uh-huh.
Or if they ever, have smaller injuries and they want to go back there and hide, they can do that. Ricardo! Here, let me see if I can get him to swim further.
Cuban.
Ricardo! Come here! So that is Coco. She's one of our Cuban crocodiles. The second one coming out is Chainsaw. We teach them to come out individually like that. No, I'm lying. But it looked good, didn't it?
It did.
Ricardo! And then that's Ricardo. He's the big daddy.
Hi, Ricardo.
Ricardo!
Ricardo, do you like chicken?
Ricardo likes everything.
Oh. Do you like...
Chicken, people,
Oh.
chicken, all of it.
So Donnie, you know how fast Cuban crocs are? Fast, agile, and smart as hell.
So I would say smartest of all the crocodiles. That's just my opinion. They are my favorite species, however. I think they definitely have the longest back legs. Mostly they're very terrestrial.
Back up a little bit. I want to see.
Used to take down giant ground sloths.
Oh.
So I was told that they can actually be arboreal when they're little.
I think all little crocodiles like to get in trees. I don't know how high up they go in the trees. But they do get into trees, and they are very high jumpers, so it is possible. And they also have been known to pack hunt. So this year, when they made a nest over there, the first girl, Coco, she guarded the nest over there. She built it, then she ended up dropping her eggs in the water. So we tore down the nest. The second female built the nest, and when the second female built the nest and put her eggs in there, all three of them guard the nest, including the male.
Did you learn something?
Yeah, actually, yeah, the fact that the male's guarding the nest.
Well, and that happens like out at Robbie's too. And so I went to Cuba in January, and I was able to release some Cuban crocodiles, and I came back with a present. Do you want to see it?
Oh.
Oh, what got you?
Do you know what was in there?
A tooth?
Botfly.
Oh, no.
You got a botfly?
Oh,
That's
my
so
God.
cool, Savannah.
Right?
Botfly.
And I nursed it, and I loved it, and I wanted to video it coming out.
Ah! Why didn't
But
you?
it actually came out while I was doing a tour. I felt something liquid right here, and I was putting like drawing salve strips on it, and I felt some liquid right here, and then I opened up my shirt like that, and it went, and it squished.
It's like an alien, dude.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Is this something you don't want me to have in the video, or are you proud of your botfly?
That is
I don't
very,
care. I
love
think
all
that's the
sorts
coolest
of
thing ever.
It sounds like it.
Botflies, yeah.
I wouldn't want that, but yes, for
I
you
saw one
guys.
come out of a mouse.
Oh,
and it was
that's a lot of.
I'm pretty proud of it.
It's cool.
Yeah, clearly.
Danny thinks it's gross.
It is pretty gross. Oh, we're on the move.
Show it off anytime I have the opportunity. Mommy!
Donny, look.
Oh,
It's caught one time, and
You can
she's
jump
so
into here if
smart.
you want. She gets along really well with these guys, surprisingly. She doesn't really bother them, but they all know she's the boss too. Mommy, I got you something. So this guy's Daytona. He came from Daytona Beach. Someone kept him alive in a bathtub eating pizza. That's why he looks the way he looks. To one thing that Kevin doesn't know, right?
Okay.
I'm sure he's got 4,000 to what I don't know, but I might have one.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Sure.
yeah.
So you see those horns on the back of her head?
Yes.
What are they called?
Well, ocular osteoderms. I don't know.
Did I win, Jeremy?
Yes. Oh, you got. Oh, come
You
on.
know?
Now, of course.
Squamosal. You're like the smartest person in the world.
Stop.
That's
You're gonna
the
make him
one
weird.
thing.
Stop it.
That's my one
That's the
thing.
one thing.
I got a high five
Awesome,
on that one.
Savannah. That's right.
Now he's gonna come back with like, oh, what's this? And I'm gonna be like,
No. You got me, Cal.
You
got me.
I'm very humble.
The reason that I know that word is because theirs are more pronounced than any other crocodilian species.
I'm loving her behavior right now because she's just kind of like, you all know I'm a badass.
Right.
And they're just kind of all just went kind of quiet.
And that in itself is power.
And the angle just came down of her, that position, and it kind of started settling, and everything went quiet until you offered her a piece of meat.
That's real power.
Yeah.
There's a female saltwater crocodile in there, and that's like her timeout spot.
Oh, look at that.
That's Sheila.
Ooh,
And that's
Donnie,
yours.
you see under the water?
I'm kinda. Yeah. Show me where to look, guys.
Oh man.
Oh, I can't get that.
All right, Donnie, tell me when you're ready. I'm gonna throw this.
Okay. Well, let me get where Jeremy is. Yeah, my bad. Taking all the good shots.
I'm gonna throw it into the water right beside his face.
I'm ready.
And he's either gonna jump or he's gonna eat it slow.
All right. Was that fast or slow? I don't know.
I think it was kind of fast.
Oh, she just moved a little bit. She's ready for her.
Sheila wants all of it, but I'm not gonna give Sheila any. Because if I feed her while I'm feeding him, they'll fight. All right, you ready?
I think I'm ready. Oh wow, he was just right there. Ooh, ooh,
Sheila, don't do it, Sheila!
there you go. Look at that voice control. Oh my.
Sheila, no!
It's a very dominant woman I have near me.
Sheila? We're leaving! Yep, I'm coming right now! He's the smart one.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Big fella. I'm gonna throw this and let him get it right here. You guys got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Dundee? No! That's duckweed, man. I don't know what he thinks he got. I was just saying how smart he was. Now I feel like I made a mistake. Oh, you guys missed the chicken. That was my last piece.
Hey, look at me. Hey, you.
So you know what's awesome about this? This is a hobbyist dream. A fellow hobbyist with the means has made an Eden for himself. I like that noise.
Yeah.
Has made an Eden for himself because he's taken all of his passion and love for the reptiles that he loves so much, and he's become such a good breeder. And he's just got this ridiculous giant collection. All this is Ty's collection that the public gets to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in front of Iguanaland.
Yeah, and this is a giant collection of killer reptiles. Definitely a dream. I haven't even seen what's in there. I just got to see some stuff right
Hey,
here.
why are we here today?
Why?
Say
Because
why.
we love Thai parks.
No, say why we're really
All right,
here.
we're really here because Donny put the airplane flight on the wrong day, so we had an extra day.
Yeah.
So I want to go see Ty. Woo. And Ty's sick with COVID.
And he kissed you yesterday.
And he kissed me, but I'm immune.
That's the best part of the story.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's a female croc monitor, and that is friggin' killer. Super, super smart. Ultra awesome. Yo, I don't even see it. I don't see the thing, but they're very good at hiding, and I'm not very observant.
Oh, it's right there, Kevin. You dumb bitch.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I
Kev.
passed it. Okay, that's a big boy. That's a big male, and oh my God, you're beautiful too. That's a very impressive male croc monitor. So this area floods.
Yeah.
For the tortoises. So it's almost like what you call a flood table. I'm not saying that's what he designed, but it's almost like a flood table where it'll come up with some water, do its thing, and then it goes away. But tortoises love water. They just don't like to drown, so if you give them shallow water, they're gonna use it. These marginated, wow, those are really old. Look at that. Those are some monstrous marginated tortoises.
Kevin, tell me.
I'm just looking at them because sometimes when you put two together in a breeding arrangement, it stresses out the other one. So I'm just trying to get to know this guy. Hi. Oh, you're good.
What can cause him to be on the
Oh, there's whole psychology. So he's a little scared. See how he's doing the thing with his tail wiggling? It means he's just really unsure. Tongue coming out a lot, just trying to take it all in. Hi. See that? Come here, come here. I just want to see you. I know. I know. See, he's just unsure. And we're also towering over him. I'm trying to look at his condition. Come here, you. Alright, so this is a... So probably, if he's... Slow you down for a sec. Come here. Come here. No biting your own leg. So what you guys probably want to do is just flagell him right off the bat. You know what flagell is? Yeah. So metronidazole, like twice. He's just geeked out. He was with her for a while?
Yeah.
All right.
He's a little bigger too.
So this is like a lot of mental stuff. I'd hit him with flagell for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll probably straighten him out.
Why are you hitting the flagell? You gotta give me a reason.
Yeah, so sometimes you get these animals and they get stressed out. So this animal's been with another female. He's small. So females will take out males a third bigger than them because they're going to size him up. And if the male is weak, she won't allow him to breed. And actually what she's going to do is she's going to drive him out of the territory. And it's going to go around and start chasing him around. He maybe beat him up a little bit. But this is all just mental stuff. This is all just cosmetics. He'll be fine. But so this is a T-positive, water monitor with algae on it. So he gets the enjoyments of outside. Hi. I bet you this is another one of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Climbing in there is kind of
Good thing when you're thin.
Yeah, dude. That'd be fun. Oh my god.
Look at that. Ah, look at that little cute little face.
Holy shit.
This is a Chinese big-headed turtle, and these used to be fairly common in the pet trade, and now they're not. And one thing I always recall dealing with them, just like alligator snappers, they like to eat the tails off other ones. But that is such a unique animal because it almost looks like a cartoon character with a giant head. They look very cute, but obviously that little mouth can do things. That's so much. It's like a miniaturized alligator snapper.
How come your koi pond doesn't look like this?
Because I'm not Ty Park.
Jesus, man.
God, that's... I just throw myself in here way too much. I'm taking it. Yeah. All right. So these are bigger than the normal elegans. So these big and rare. And people seek them out for meat and pets. But where they come from, this is really sad. They put all these canals along the roads where they come from, and these guys are not swimmers. So as they cross, they'll go into a canal. They fall into these canals because it runs the water away from the road, and they go into there and they drown and they die. My friend was telling me he went over there. He was horrified.
I'm in Gatorland all by myself. There's a storm coming.
Yeah. Look at that. Okay.
Look at those flippy floppies.
Okay. That's especially with his hand like that.
Oh, I got her.
All right. Let's see. All right. Are you a boy? Let's see. Okay, that is long. Hold. Let me take a picture of that.
You can come around, okay? You might have to hop over.
Be careful, Kevin. You're old. I can't. He's probably more nimble than me.
I assure you. Shut up, Donny. That's so ridiculous.
I just
Who was the one smacking people yesterday?
He hit Brian Barczyk's son in the face.
You boy.
Noah probably deserved it.
Oh, jeez.
There is.
What are you guys trying to determine? This is sex?
It's gender. Wow, look at you. You're so Frenchy. But so they, like mine will love it if you behind the head and they'll just stick their necks out and just go, So you could, you just gotta just. Actually, it's really
That's why when you get them, you gotta pick them and just put them on your body. They're gonna slip right out your fingers.
The only one that ever manages to get these guys out. I've tried and it ends the same way every time.
Let's take a look at that. Let's get. Doing well, Jacob. What happened? What'd you do to your wrist, anyways?
I broke it when I was a kid and I never did anything about it, and it started to bother me a lot recently.
Please give him some support. Okay, that's. Let me see his belly. Okay, so this is definitely a male.
I think he's sticking his hemi-peen out at you.
Something just came out.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
so
his
let's
ding
take a
dong.
look at that.
He likes you.
Okay.
I think he's having more fun with this than me.
That nose.
I just got to study. Okay, so that's your boy. And I just got to study these. I got to study these pictures. So if you take a look, his plastron. You feel the concavity. You'll put your hand right there. Man, he's doing great with that.
I got him now.
I feel it.
You feel?
Yeah,
Okay,
just
I didn't
slight.
feel.
It's very slight.
Man, that could be a damn girl. It's not nearly as wide as your other. So no matter what you do is generally with all this shit, you want them to lay junky eggs. So that's like one of the things right off the bat. You're waiting for that junk clutch of eggs. So it means you have to condition them, get them into a reproductive mode. Obviously you're gonna lay the, infertile eggs. And that's like the first thing. What's really good about that, your pelvic girdle, you wanna get that so it allows the passage of the eggs. Because a lot of times they'll start producing eggs when they're kind of small. Because they're getting all the good food, they're getting all the good care. And sometimes they're gonna become reproductive before their physiological structures can tolerate that, the egg passing. So a fertile egg is bigger than an infertile egg. So getting a clutch or two of infertile eggs is sometimes key. Alright, so this is a black wood turtle.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely huge. I'm fascinated by wood turtles because of their brains on them. This is an animal that's constantly taking in a lot of information, and I think it has an intellectual capacity that sometimes, at least I'm more able to observe than, let's say, tortoises. But this is an active predator, so it's going to eat all sorts of insects and crustaceans and slugs and fish and available opportunities. Probably even eat little snakes if you can catch them. But it also eats vegetation and fruit. So I think sometimes, depending on what you're eating, your brain has to be more aware and more able to make amendments in its behaviors.
What are you doing here?
This is an immaculate male rhino iguana in Iguanaland, and his name is Donkey Kong. But the way he's doing this, he keeps shutting his eyes because he loves this. And if you don't think reptiles are capable of loving affection and all that, you're crazy. They're incredibly tactile. So you can develop your relationship with animals like this once you establish trust with the animal, so the animal's not in fear mode and actually can think. Then when you do these nice little interactions, this animal's now recording all that information, it downloads that information, and that becomes an experience. So the next time it sees somebody, it's going to anticipate that. It understands the pleasure and the positive thing that happened. You just keep repeating it, and then you have an amazing animal like this that literally doesn't do anything. So, in contrast, a rhino iguana, if this was a wild rhino iguana and I was in the same area, he would beat my ass. The bite is incredible. These have such armor. They'll actually come after you. Look, even White Zombie's going. So I've encountered rhino iguanas where you enter their territory and they'll come running right after you. They're so territorial. They get jacked with massive levels of testosterone. This guy has defeated, even though he probably has a lot of testosterone going on there, his brain has defeated that irrational behavior that testosterone is causing the crazy one to do. He's already figured it out, so he knows that this is all great.
It makes me a liar when there's new people around, but you can see these dents.
So you've decided that bad behavior gets you places.
Oh, yeah?
You gotta defeat. Every time he opens his mouth, it's like he needs like Listerine or something like that. I know I'm talking just there. Yeah, the way he's doing that is insane. See, that's horrific. The way he's monitoring me, and this is just massively territorial.
And you would not believe how fast these guys are. I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure you
it's
know,
being-
but I have a video of him when he was sitting over there, in the shady spot in the back. And I opened the door.
Wow,
reached
look
in,
at that.
and
He's
bited.
actually
Yeah.
excited the idea of actually biting him.
Yeah.
So
I love him to death, though. You know, I don't want him to change because he's, it's a good education tool to show like what a wild animal is actually like, compared to Donkey Kong. But at the same time, it's dangerous to feed him.
It's very dangerous.
he makes my heart race.
So technically, the way you have to do it is to break him, and you have to put him in a small cage. Yeah, but you need to be able to touch him without him being able to bite you. Yeah. So what you have to do, whatever it is, you have to always be able to manage its head. But I'm not talking like this. That is and the bite that would give is so severe. Why are you so hateful? That's real.
And he's like everybody's favorite. He's a gorgeous rhino. I mean, look at his face spikes. Like, he's the most rhino we have.
But that's how you do it. So you just keep touching him, and he can't bite you, and then he starts realizing, okay, this isn't so bad.
Yeah.
But he cannot be in this kind of cage. He has to be in a small cage. It has to be very intimate, and you just have to make sure that you can manage him without him being able to turn around and bite you. And what you're doing is you're desensitizing him.
Yeah.
And you're getting him to record like these. I do these things called threads. So it's all like threads of trust. So you just got to keep on reinforcing that. Right now, he has nothing but a rope of bad threads because he's getting away with murder. No boyfriend?
No. We're hoping that the little guys will be a male.
How big is your little guys?
The little guy you've seen over there. I pointed.
We might be able to sex that.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. Look at, oh my God. What a stoic creature. Hi.
Her name is Allie.
Now, once again, you have a species that's just so smart and knows being pet and everything. I've played with these guys, and they try to eat your fingers. They're slow motion grabs. Of course, if it grabbed you, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah,
They have a nice beak.
got a nice little, like, teeth almost on her beak.
Serrations, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's
So
got my
tortoises, right here, you can right around their ear. If you do nice little things like a redfoot tortoise, once they figure out that this is great, they will love this. And the whole neck, very tactile. Oh, I'm horrible. I'll be down low. Oh, you might be a boy. You just lifted that tail. So, couple. So if let's say if you want to work on this animal, and you want to win him over, you have to give him a horizontal platform that you can come in here and interact with him. You have to be the same. Yeah, you have to be above you or at your level so you can pet him. Because you want to go in there and you want to look away, and you want to let him look at you. So you just sit here and just, you know, just keep looking away. And then at some point, if it's a shelf, put your hand on the shelf, put your hand out flat because it's not vulnerable, just like this. And you want to get him so if you touch his tail, he's really, you know, threatened and nervous. So he's doing the tail curl and all that. So he keeps on going out of thinking mode into just like a defensive behavior, and you don't win. So if you put him on that flat platform, and he can observe you, and then touch you with his tongue and taste you, and then you start always saying the same thing. So I always do like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they get used to it, and they know that means it's an interaction time. I never use food, any kind of food training at all if I'm going to have it to be a socialized animal, because you're kind of confusing the thing. I'd rather an animal to be able to think and know the difference between my hand and food, but not a red ball, not click training, none of that stuff. And I think it works better. But you just bring this guy up, and hopefully he'll start using that as a basking thing. You go in there, and then what you do, you're looking away, and you touch him. And if you can you're always controlling under his throat, hand flat, under his throat, and then you bring your hand up and you just start petting it a little bit, and he'll start going, oh, that's not so bad. And you have these little micro. And the trick is to get into his environment, do your little thing, have a positive action, and then remove yourself before he loses his mind. If you have him where he's just like crawling, going crazy, then he's going to think, I had to run away. But as you do that, and if you can have a couple of those interactions, you'll actually see, wow, I've just gained traction. Keep doing it, and once you can start making contact with the chest, just going under, you start winning. It just starts getting faster. It's just getting, so he allows you to tolerate, you know, being touched without freaking out. And his tongue has to be coming out. If he's sitting there and he's doing crazy eyes and all along tongue flicking, he's just about ready to like explode, you know, just run away. And then that's when you know to back off. Oh, you're so nice. Oh yeah, you're gonna be good. This one's, you think what you want is they have to think. If they're not thinking, they just react. Lace monitors tend to do that more so.
So then when would be the time? So after so long of, you know, just getting her used to not always.
Well, if I was playing with her a little bit, before long, what I'd do is keep her head up here, and I'd get my hand under her, and I could touch her.
She came around. She's back.
Yeah. Hi.
She's in her pot now.
Now okay. I'm at Iguanaland, so Ty is allowing us to see a bunch of his stuff and actually interact with
Anagata. Anagata.
And Joe is giving us a tour.
Anagata ground iguana, critically endangered. Only about 12 of them in the country, and 7 of them reside here at Iguanaland, and they're in a captive program. And Ty's probably one of the best places to have this animal here for reproduction.
Big shout out to Pick Prince, Jessica Muller, and Deleach. Thank you so much for supporting us. I know there's tons of you guys on our Patreon, and we really appreciate all of you. I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera on.